We are what we eat, so if you eat shit food all the time, don't be surprised if you look and feel like shit. Today we're going to talk about how to diet. In this video, I'm going to talk about 3 concepts, so I'm going to divide this in 3 steps. We're going to talk about what is the diet, how to stay on a diet, and how to not use too much discipline so you can stay on a diet longer and easier. In order to build a functional, athletic, and good-looking body through weightlifting or calisthenics, you will need to eat proper food that gives you enough energy and nutrients so that you can build your muscles, etc., in the best and fastest way possible. Dieting isn't eating the same thing every day, though. Some people think that it's a struggle. Some people think that dieting is something that you go as hard as you can for a few months. Dieting is a lifelong journey, okay? This means that a diet must be something that you can be on every day and that it doesn't take you that much discipline, because you're going to need that discipline in doing something else. Maybe today you don't want to go to the gym. You gotta use the discipline in order to go to the gym. But what if you gotta use discipline to go to the gym and to eat good? Well, sometimes you're gonna screw up, that's okay. But if you require so much discipline to eat clean that you don't have anything left to do other stuff like going to the gym, etc., that's not a good diet. That's too strict for you. You're not ready yet, okay? You will level up and, eat cleaner and cleaner, but right now you are not ready. So, a diet is something that you will be on forever, okay? Till the rest of your days, okay? If you just think that at 40 years old you're going to leave the gym, you don't care about it anymore, you wanna die fat. Some people think about it, some people fantasize about that. That's okay, that's your choice. I can't decide what you want. But if you wanna stay in shape for the rest of your life, you gotta diet for the rest of your life. That's non-negotiable. So step 2 is making a sustainable diet. What do you mean by sustainable? Let's say you're overweight. You're used to eating crisps or chips every day. You're used to eating snacks. You can go cold turkey on that, right? Because you will fail. In a few days, you'll go to the nearby store, and you will buy so much shit food that you will binge eat it all. That's what's going to happen. You need a diet that is a compromise between eating clean and eating the shit food that you are used to eat. I'm not telling you to eat shit food, okay? I'm just telling you that some people are not ready to eat completely clean. That's something that you will have to accept. So a sustainable diet is a diet that you can be on every day for the rest of your life. You don't have to starve yourself. You don't have to, and you must not starve yourself, because you will fail. You will go back to eating shit food. That diet is useless, okay? If you plan on starving yourself until you're lean, until your abs show up, you're going to fail. You won't reach that. Or if you do, you're going to be in that percentage of people that become skinny, the majority of overweight people that do lose the fat. In a few years, in a few months, they regained it all because they weren't on a sustainable diet. They just starved themselves for a few months, they lost the weight, and then they let themselves go. That's what happens. So this was step 2, sustainability. You need to build a diet that you can be on and that it doesn't require that much effort. Step 3 is using the easier choice your body, your brain makes to diet instead of discipline. What do I mean by this? if you make dieting the easier choice, you will eat better food more often. Let's say you're in your kitchen and on your counter you got chips and chocolate bars and sweeties. Of course you're gonna eat that. Of course you are. You see them and you're going to eat them. You know, you get the craving in your mind. A sweetie won't hurt. A chocolate bar won't hurt. A chocolate bar won't hurt. You binge eat it all. That's what happens. Let's say on your kitchen counter you got some bread, you got protein powder. In your fridge you got eggs, you got milk, you got steak, you got some chicken. You will eat those things because this is the easier choice. You need to specifically not buy the shit food that you like, because if you buy it and you say, I'm going to eat it in the course of a month because I am disciplined and I will eat one sweetie per day, you won't. You will eat the whole bag of sweeties the same exact day that you buy them. That's what's going to happen. You know, you may use discipline and you eat it during a month, you know. But why using so much discipline, so much effort when you can just not buy the food? In order to diet and to not make it something that you gotta think all day about, you have to make eating the clean food the easier choice. So you don't buy sweeties, you don't buy chocolate bars, you only buy good food, healthy food, and you forget about shit food. I'm not telling you that you can't eat shit food. I'm telling you that during the majority of your life, you will need to eat clean food. Now, in order to respect the second step, you will need some shit food into your diet, okay? You will need it, because otherwise you will fail. So, you know, once a day, just put some honey on a piece of toast, on a piece of bread. That tastes amazing. If you really want to eat some shit food, some snacks, you know, they got Reese's, they got chocolate bars, then on Sunday with your friends, you can have that. You know, some people drink every week. I don't think that a chocolate bar or even a chocolate cake, a whole chocolate cake, is worse than, you know, drinking so much that you black out, okay? You can do that. It won't affect your gains so much that it's impossible to diet with it. So, to recap it all, do not make dieting a struggle. Put some shit food in your diet. Of course, the majority of the time don't eat shit food, but sometimes you can. And make dieting and eating clean the easiest choice. So don't buy shit food. Just try to consume every single day clean food, clean natural food. These are the 3 steps that I want to talk about in this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.